Well, this is a little road project I got involved in. This used to be kind of a county road, but it's kind of private now, so. But I brought the dozer down. I'm gonna try to shape this up a little bit with it. I may end up with a grader down here, I probably will before it's over, but I wanted to kind of see what I had to work with first. There might be a little silty stuff in here we can roll out of these ditches, I'm hoping, and maybe make something work. Not sure, but it needs ditches cut. I guess the question is, do I throw the dirt in the road or out of the road? But it's all going to drain that way. But you can see the people that own this place, they just kind of been driving on the sides of the road, which is probably a better road than the actual road. Anyway, going to try it out, see what we can do. Yeah, Jeff, I got this J. Paydirt sticker on here. Maybe that'll help me understand these controls. I don't know.
Stay away from my door. Trouble, stay away from my door. Trouble, come back, don't come around no more. Trouble, stay away from my door. Never stay away from my home. Never stay away from my home. Never go on back and leave my soul alone. Never stay away from my home. Keep me free from your spell. Satan, and keep me free from your spell. Set and go on back unto the gates of hell. Set and keep me free from your spell. Stay away from my door. Trouble, stay away from my door. Trouble, go on back, don't come around no more. Trouble, stay away from my door.
So I'm out here on this little road project, and I know it doesn't look real neat because it makes it jog, but this was an old county road. They used to maintain it. They quit. The farmer that owns this out here, he's pretty much the only one out here now. He bought up pretty much everything, I think, but this is kind of the end of the line. Little access road, ends at the river. But I did some shaping on it with the grader. I need to do some more. I need some rain or water, but it's just dry. But this old road had a shell base, and it's a red shell. You can see I got a little dust on it, but anyway, I need to put a culvert in here, and I've got some, I think it's 24-inch flattened concrete pipe I'm gonna put across this road, and hopefully I can get it shaped up. I might be able to get some, I'm gonna try to get some blue shell out here to cover it with, and really was hoping it may rain tomorrow. I'm hoping it does. If it rains tomorrow, I'm gonna go back through and kind of touch this road up before we start hauling in gravel. But anyway, it'll be a fun little project for today. Just a couple miles from my house, but anyway, I got the backhoe and some pipe, and I'm gonna set a laser up. The problem with this road is it's really flat from that part down to here. I have a little bit of fall. By the time I dig this pipe in, I'll be able to cut this ditch. That's kind of why I veered over, is I wanted to catch the end of the pipe, but I didn't really know my final grade, so and it's harder than crap right there. Some really hard stuff. So I may have to dig that down with the backhoe a little bit there, scrape through that. But the old 112, it tries, but it's pretty tired. Kind of runs out of horsepower, runs out of traction. But anyway, gonna be a, I hope it works out. I kind of pulled the ditches back a little bit, and then this road was real narrow when I started, and tried pulling this ditch. It's pretty steep, but you can kind of see I'm a little bit deep down there, but I need to cut that down to this when I get this pipe set. But what I'm shooting for is a couple of inches of fall, and I just got to pick up on the low side. We're right by the interstate, so anyway, but got to pick up on the low side and go from there. I've only got about 12 inches from the bottom of the ditch to the top of the road, and that's not enough. So I'm gonna have to gather up, I'm gonna have to try to find some decent material to pack in there. I may have to haul some water out here to get it right. But little project, you know, this is the farmer I did a driveway for and fixed some washouts and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing today. Yeah, let's see what we can get done here. I'm gonna unload some pipe. this concrete stuff will be a little better to use down here where it floods. It won't wash away as easy. I've seen a lot of times where people put in a culvert pipe and it doesn't last. And we'll try, I don't know, better not try two. Just grab one of them. This concrete pipe I got's not perfect. It's second, so it's got some defects. Some of the bells are, well, not the bell, but the other end that fits inside the bell. Some of them are kind of busted up a little bit. But for what I'm doing, I think it'll work fine. I've got some of that tacky sealer. I'm not sure what these weigh. I think they're probably around a ton. Well, probably not a ton. Maybe 1,500 pounds. I don't know for sure. I'd have to look it up. But like I say, I'm going to try to set them to where we've got fall from. This is the low side of the road here. I'm going to try to set them in there where we can have a little bit of fall on it. But this stuff here can be had, you know, you just got to go pick it up. But those, I've had this stuff laying around for a long time. I went and picked it up. It's free if you go get it. And it, I don't know, I think it's, like I say, it's not perfect. Some of it's got some cracks in it, but the only reason it's really not good is they can't use it on a state job or a, you know, they've got requirements on it that, you know, that's pretty heavy. State jobs got requirements, so they won't let them use anything with defects like that. So. But for a deal like this, I mean, it's farm traffic. Heaviest thing you'll have down here is probably a two-wheel drive tractor. I mean, the gravel trucks I bring in will be the heaviest thing probably. But it'll work, I think. They're 8 foot long each, so make about a 24-foot culvert with 3 of them. Ought to be plenty for this little road. Probably actually more than I needed, but I'd rather have a little extra than not enough. And when it floods, it ain't gonna carry all the water. It's gonna just flow over the top of it. So I might go talk to these state guys and see if they'll let me have a little bit of that concrete rubble over there. They kind of stockpile that stuff. But anyway, I'll get this grade, I'll get my grade figured out here, and yikes. Get that doesn't work. So one of these pipes don't have any end on it, so I'll use it for the outlet. Probably the one I got on the wrong side there. Yeah. Oh well, I can move them around. But I think I'm gonna start on the low side, clean this ditch out a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Figure out where my length is gonna be and the starting point, stopping point, that kind of stuff. It's pretty windy today. It's hot. It's October. We've got a cold front coming tomorrow. It's supposed to be pretty nasty and cold tomorrow, but today it's pretty warm. Got the air conditioner on. Just in that time of year when you just don't know, you better have your you better pack your winter clothes, because it might get cold tomorrow or today. It may hit this afternoon. I don't know. Need to clean my window. I'll tell you what, with all this dry dirt blowing around we got, you know, this road, the road down here is all dirt, so cleaning windows is something that's going to happen a lot. But this, I dug this out back, I don't remember if it was 2 or 3 years ago. I come down here after this road was standing just plumb full of water down here. So I dug this ditch out and got it to where it would drain. And it made an improvement, but it didn't really fix the problem I got with drainage. But anyway, I'm gonna set up here, trying to get my laser figured out, set up my grate on my bucket so I can basically, one of these days I'm gonna have to get me a slope laser that has the dial in where you just calibrate it to whatever percent fall you want. That would sure be nice, but for now the old one works okay. Maybe someday I'll get me a fancy laser set up, but and I've got, I think I can drop this ditch down a little bit. I need to check my grade again, but I think I can drop it down just a little bit from where it's at and still be okay. On the other side of the fence, I may have to go over and clean that side out again too. But I'm just gonna try to make it work. Okay, so I've got my laser beam set to go 2 inches up from level. So now I can go back and start digging across, and basically just all I got to do is follow the laser. One thing about these the machine receiver is it allows you to set for machine control or machine grade, which is usually a big variance. Like maybe it'll allow you a ½ inch up or down. So if you can set it on a more accurate setting. Go ahead and kind of cover this back up so I don't have to worry about running over it. So what I had to do is dig down until I was level and then move my laser receiver up 2 inches, and then I went back and set it back down after I got my grade set on my laser itself. So it's a manual slope. It's not as accurate as the type you can actually type in a percentage of fall or up or down or whatever. But I've got it set on the accurate setting, and the reason I did that is I want this pipe to set really flat, and that's saying I need to come up just, I mean, you can see it's just real sensitive. But I like that setting because it really tells me where I'm at on the grade, and I'll get it. Basically what I'll do is I'll dig, and then I'll come back in and I'll just set it down there until I see grade. it gets you a lot closer on something like this. It just makes it work out a lot better, I've found anyway. So I don't really pay much attention to the laser when I'm digging. I just try to dig a flat bottom, and then I'll come back in and I'll just check it and see where I'm at. And this receiver is not quite as nice as some of them that'll actually tell you when you're exactly straight up and down. So you really got to just be careful with it. I try to set it to where my grade, I look at my bucket and I kind of figure out where level is on it. And that's kind of the way I try to keep it set. But see what we got there, just a little bit high. There's a hard spot right there. There's a layer of shell on this road, but it is very thin, I guess. Widen that out a little bit. Probably don't need to go much wider, but it'll make it a little easier to backfill. Set a little on this side too here. Realize I'm going to be setting pipe in here. I'm probably going to go ahead and set a couple pieces. Get started here. Let's go get my cable and the bar. I think I can set these with the backhoe. I don't think they're too heavy. I think. I might have to set them with front end loader, which makes it a little more difficult when you're doing it by yourself. It can be done. I'll back up here a little bit so I can reach this. I kind of got my pipes out of order. See what we can do here. Not sure how I want to do that. I might want to just hook it on a tooth. Get that set up. Spin around. Probably gonna do a helicopter ride. I want the end that just turned away from me towards me. I actually thought it would probably spin. There it goes. Getting closer. Yeah, kind of moved on me a little bit there. I could move this end over just a bit. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I use the edge of my ditch there and then just set it down. Probably pretty close there. I can set this one where I'm sitting here. I may have to move. Not real sure. Problem with the backhoes, once you get boom height, you have more power down low than you do up here. So I'm actually kind of at the top of my stroke on this cylinder. So I'm losing power. One of the tricks to a backhoe though is use your stabilizer, get yourself up a little higher, gives you a little more lift. It does decrease your stability, so you gotta be careful, but once I get it up here a little closer to me, I can raise it on up. But I will say this about case backhoes I've noticed, and maybe even John Deere, they've got a little bit better lifting power above ground. Below ground, it's hard to beat a New Holland. They've just got that. It all has to do with the geometry of how they're built. Try to swing that back here, and ideally, if I set that flat on the ground, I should be able to just shove it in. Missed it. I don't have a very good, the pipe's not in real good shape. Like I say, it's second, so I'm kind of doubled up on the sticky stuff so we can get a better seal on it. I think it's going to work. I'll go ahead and let that one off, and then I'll shove them together a little bit. Both of them this way. I think that might seal up. Finish digging this out. We'll set the last one and start covering it up. I need to get at an angle here so I can finish this dig out. Hole I dug. Come on, baby. Well, good grief, I'm stuck. There we go. Alright. I mean, it is just hot and windy today. This is nasty. Like summertime. I I will say this, I like this better than cold weather. I do not like cold weather. I never have, and I probably never will. I'm not sure what that is on the ground there, but I hope it ain't oil. I think it's air conditioner condensate. But that's gonna be up in the road a little bit, so I've got to build this up with something. That's why I kind of wanted to get this done before I really got real critical with my ditches. Should have measured that out to make sure I had that centered on the road, but ain't that big a deal. Don't let perfection become your enemy, you know. Reach it from there and set it, I think. Too much. Dang it. Would be helpful to have a hand on this deal. Alright, there we go. In the hole. I set some really big ones one time, and the way I did it was I went through and I dug the ditch as straight as possible. I set the concrete up against the ditch and or the concrete pipe, and then I went back through and dug out beside it after everything was in place. It took a little extra time, but I was able to set everything in place. I had to use a front end loader, so it was a little more difficult, but that's all done now. That's all set in place. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Looks good. big old stuff.